Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is how the lunar eclipse in Pisces is impacting you specifically. You live and you learn, but life is about to test how much have you learned. Will you make a different choice this time around? Let's dive deeper into that in your horoscopes. All right, babe, fix your attention span for just 1 second. Go grab some notes. I need you to understand what this eclipse is actually doing. On the night of August 27th, going into August 28th, we have a lunar eclipse in Pisces. Now, this is an out of sign eclipse, meaning the nodes have already left Virgo and Pisces, which is why I see this less as the beginning of some giant new story and more of like an aftershock of a story that's already clearing out. This eclipse is clearing out the spiritual, emotional, and unconscious behaviors that you just can't take with you into this next chapter. And honestly, sometimes you just need to off and let the universe do its thing, because it has a better plan for you than the one you're obsessively trying to manifest right now. And I get it, change is scary. When you don't know what's on the other side of a plan, your brain immediately starts filling in the blanks with everything that could go wrong. But uncertainty does not mean danger. Take a moment, settle the nervous system. You are safe to walk through this threshold. It's just change. Now, this eclipse may actually bring something from the past back around. Think back to March 2026. What happened? What decision did you make? What did you ignore? What did you learn the hard way? What didn't work out? Something connected to that storyline resurfaces now. Could be a person, an opportunity, a conversation, a dream. Point is, you weren't ready then. You needed to learn some lessons first. And now life is handing you the opportunity to try again, but this time with better judgment, with stronger boundaries. And now you have this wisdom that you only have because you lived through the consequences the first time. And you'll know when it's your second chance. You'll know when it's happening. It's like something unexpectedly falls into your lap, and there's this weird feeling of, oh, this is my comeback. But listen, know the difference between a second chance and a second test. A second chance gives you the opportunity to do something differently. Whether something is a second chance or a second test depends entirely on you, and if you're still willing to abandon yourself to get everything you want. A second chance requires a different version of you. You have to be different this time around for it to work. Otherwise, it's not a second chance, it's a rerun of the same bullshit. And that's why I wouldn't spend this energy trying to manifest or control exactly what happens next. Eclipses are unpredictable and they are a fated time. Plans change, weird conversations happen, opportunities appear unexpectedly. Something can suddenly leave and something new can suddenly take its place. This is more of a receive and respond type of eclipse. Let life reveal the information first. You also may feel incredibly spiritually tapped into this eclipse. Dreams can become louder, your intuition becomes stronger. You could feel more tired and fatigued if you're sensitive to the energy. You could feel restless, emotional, anxious, and that's because you can sense that something is changing and you're waiting to actually see the change with your own eyes. Again, breathe and settle the nervous system through that anxiety. You're going to be okay. It's just a threshold. You're safe to walk through it. It's just change. So let yourself release what needs to leave. Let yourself receive what unexpectedly returns. And most importantly, don't be afraid of empty space, of that in-between period. That period is not actually empty. You're not actually lost. This period is full of potential. All right, let's get into your sign-by-sign horoscopes. As always, watch for the rising sign first and foremost, and then you can watch for your sun and moon sign for more intuitive messages. Aries, sun, moon, or rising. Let's think back to March 2026, shall we? Maybe you were forced to confront patterns that were running your life. Maybe you ignored your exhaustion. Maybe you stayed emotionally attached to something you knew was over, or you were repeating a self-sabotaging pattern, or you kept giving your energy to something that was draining you. You've already experienced the karma and the consequences of that decision, and now something could return. Could be a person, temptation, a fear, a coping mechanism. It's testing you to see if you will still respond the way you used to. Just because we're in our healing era doesn't mean we're not tempted to repeat the pattern. And I think you get a second chance to break the pattern, to break the cycle, to finally heal or stand up for yourself or stand up for someone else. This time you can respond to it with awareness instead of responding to it in survival mode. Get a card on that. Aries, you got the card 111. This card says, realize your long-held ideas, know you're on the right path, and the right resources, people, and circumstances will come together to support you. Trust the journey and have faith. Happiness and new opportunities are in reach. Now, when it comes to your schedule, your workload, your co-workers, your habits, your health, your responsibilities, that could shift a little bit. It could get a little unpredictable, and your body may demand a new relationship with you and a new relationship to rest and productivity. Historically, your solution to things have been, I'll just work harder, but I feel like you need a new system, not more pressure. Your routine is supposed to support your life, not just become another thing that you need to survive. Get a card on that. Ooh, you got the card Firecracker, Excitement, and that's you, Aries. You are fiery. You are ready to work and apply yourself. But don't get too excited. I feel like you're almost like messing with your blessings or like fumbling the bag before you get it by being too excited. You need to wait patiently for things to come to you. You remember that eclipse in Leo? Yeah, I have a whole video about that. That activated your romance, creativity, pleasure, inner child, passion. If you have children, it would activate them as well. And something here is meant to grow. Something here could surprise you. Let yourself enjoy life a little bit more. Also let yourself have fun with your identity and your style as well in the way that you express yourself. You can learn more about that in the horoscopes. Aries, pay attention to any strange conversations, whispering, gossip, unexpected information, repeating words or ideas. Something clicks and you may hear exactly what you needed to. Some of those messages, I want you to sit with it before you act on it. Listen first, let the message become more clear. I also feel like you could get the exact information that you're looking for, maybe through a conversation, a book, a podcast, social media, your siblings, your neighbors. It's like somebody comes to you with that right piece of information that you need for everything to click. Let's get a card on that. Ooh, you got the card 0110. This card says you're blessed with unique talents and skills that set you apart. Embrace what makes you different. Doing that is your path to success. Stand tall in your individuality and go after what you truly desire. Hi, my name is Nia. I've been a professional astrologer for the last 7 years. My intention with TikTok is to guide you through every single transit. So if that's something you're looking for, then make sure to follow me. And if you're ready to take your astrology knowledge to the next level, I'd love to teach you everything I know. I'm launching on the school app on September 8th. Join the waitlist if that's something you're interested in. Hopefully I'll see some of you there. Leo, sun, moon, or rising. Let's think back to March 2026, shall we? Something involving trust, intimacy, shared money and resources, depth, vulnerability, loss, emotional attachment, shadow work. All of that taught you a difficult lesson around that time. Maybe you trusted someone who didn't earn it. Maybe you financially or emotionally overextended yourself. Or maybe you stayed attached to something because you felt a little too vulnerable letting it go. You've already experienced the karma and the consequences of that decision. And now a person, a financial situation, or a familiar like emotional dynamic could circle back around. And I think you're getting another opportunity to build trust, to repair intimacy, to handle a financial situation differently, or maybe receive support in ways you hadn't before. And I feel like it's not just about trusting other people, but it's also about trusting yourself. And a second chance doesn't automatically mean restore access to toxic situations and to just jump back into the same patterns that you've done all of that shadow work to heal. Forgiveness is one thing. Renewing somebody's access to you is another thing. And maybe you've been mentally wrestling with that. But look at what's actually changed. Look at what's actually good for you. And then choose what's good for you. Get a card on that. You got the card 0808. It says you're entering a new phase of expansion. Take immediate action towards your goal. Financial improvement is on the horizon. I love that. I feel like some of you are getting a second chance, like pay off some debts or catch up in that way. Someone also has their eyes on you. I feel like this could be a good thing, like collaborators, business partners, opportunities could have their eyes on you. So keep doing your thing, Leo. But this could also be a warning, like if somebody has been stalking or if anybody has been invading your privacy, crossing your boundaries, sending you that evil eye, make sure that you are defending yourself in that way. In your 8th house, if you're Leo rising specifically, hey, that's shadowy stuff. It's not all love and light in the 8th house. You're really shaking things up when it comes to your income, your resources, your self-confidence, your talents, your skills. Your expenses could change. Your income streams could shift. You could push to be more resourceful. Underneath your money story is a self-worth story. There's an article on Substack. I forget who it's by. I'll put it on the screen somewhere. But the article was titled, "You Spent How You And there is genuinely a correlation to that. So that might be something you want to look into, Leo, that could be highlighted during this time. This eclipse could feel a lot more like emotional and like shadowy and heavy for Leos, especially after you just had like an eclipse in your sign. Trust me, an eclipse in your sign is like a game changer in your life. But know that this energy will pass. So hang in there. Try to have a positive mindset. Try to comfort your nervous system and yourself and your emotions, because this could be an emotional eclipse for you. Speaking of that eclipse in Leo, remember we talked about that in the previous horoscopes. If you need to check that out, just to refresh your memory a little bit, you were the new beginning, Leo. Your identity, your confidence, your appearance, your direction in life, what laid the foundation for your entire life could shift. And it's getting a cosmic jump start. It's shifting because it's time to level up. And sometimes that feels like sucky at first. Things have to contract before they expand. So a lot of times before our level up, the universe removes people from our lives that aren't good for us, that aren't in alignment with us. It removes all these opportunities, these things that once kept us stable, to sort of get that wheel moving again. And sometimes that can make us sad, that could bring us some sorrow, but you need to trust that the universe has a bigger plan for you. One that's maybe more in alignment with you than what you're already planning for yourself. Ooh, you got the card Door. Opportunities are waiting for you. You are crossing that threshold. Listen to your intuitive downloads when it comes to friendships, communities, collaborations, your long-term goals and visions, and the future you're trying to build. You could feel drawn to something else, to new groups, to new communities. You could feel inspired by different goals. You could receive an idea for your future out of nowhere. Don't dismiss it because it wasn't part of your original plan. Sometimes the universe gives you exactly what you were looking for, it just has different packaging. So just pay attention to where you naturally feel pulled, Leo. During eclipse season, things can be very serendipitous. Like you could feel called to go to the coffee shop, called to go out with a friend, and you never know what that leads to. So just follow the call. Hi, my name is Nia. I've been a professional astrologer for the last 7 years. My intention with TikTok is to guide you through every single transit. So if that's something you're looking for, then make sure to follow me. And if you're ready to take your astrology knowledge to the next level, I'd love to teach you everything I know. I'm launching on the school app on September 8th. Join the waitlist if that's something you're interested in. Hopefully I'll see some of you there. Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising. All right, so let's reflect back to March 2026. That activated something involving your home, family, your emotional foundations, the deepest parts of yourself, your living situations, your childhood, the relationships you have with your parents. And something about that taught you a difficult lesson. Maybe you were trying really hard to keep the peace at the time. Maybe you returned to an environment you had already outgrown. Maybe you carried a lot of responsibility for the family, which then led to ignoring your own needs. Or maybe you kept trying to create safety and security in spaces that are not meant for you. You've already experienced the karma and the consequences of that decision, and now the universe tests you to see whether you're still playing house. Like, are you still playing the same roles? What does familiar mean to you? What does safety mean to you? What does family mean to you? Have these definitions evolved and changed because you have a different outlook on them now? This could bring an opportunity to repair a relationship, a family dynamic, or create the home you wanted. Maybe you'll be moving somewhere. I feel like you choose the foundations you build on now, and you don't need to keep mentally wrestling with it. Sometimes peace comes from accepting that things are different and that maybe you need something different. Now, when it comes to career responsibilities, your public reputation, and your long-term goals, that could shake up. It may require a new approach. Your professional opportunities could change. You could reconsider the direction you want to go when it comes to your career, or maybe something like forces you to get really intentional with what you're building. An old definition of success may not fit anymore. And trying harder at a path that you've outgrown isn't discipline. It's just commitment to the wrong plan. Let your ambitions evolve with you. Get a card on that. Ooh, you got the card 2222. It says, while you have the strength to accomplish everything on your own, life is meant to be shared. Honor the people around you. Avoid any judgment. Focus on listening to the connections around you. Collaborate, have patience, and you will prosper. Remember that eclipse in Leo? Your world is getting bigger because of that eclipse. New new information could completely change what you study, what you believe in, your spiritual practice, your religion, and what you thought this next chapter would look like. After this video, you could go watch the eclipse in Leo horoscopes and learn more about that. But you asked for something bigger. Don't panic when it shows up on your doorstep and it changes up in your life. Don't be surprised when you ask for a bigger life and it comes with bigger responsibilities. Also, listen to the intuitive feelings you're having about relationships, partnerships. You are sensing a lot and feeling a lot and going through a lot of change when it comes to the people around you. You could feel differently about a relationship. You could receive like an unexpected message or unexpected news from your relationships. You could meet someone who feels super significant. Don't talk yourself out of what you're noticing just because you don't have like proof yet. Your intuition and your body knows. It's picking up on it. You got the card bouquet. This is about compliments. Ooh, you're getting compliments from an admirer. Some of you may have some secret admirers too. Hi, my name is Nia. I've been a professional astrologer for the last 7 years. My intention with TikTok is to guide you through every single transit. So if that's something you're looking for, then make sure to follow me. And if you're ready to take your astrology knowledge to the next level, I'd love to teach you everything I know. I'm launching on the school app on September 8th. Join the waitlist if that's something you're interested in. Hopefully I'll see some of you there.